6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hello my beautiful ninjas and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much again for tuning in. In today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, I am going to be talking to you guys about a couple of different foundations that I've been loving. Not just for the summer, but just foundations that I've been using like on a daily, well, not necessarily on a daily basis, because y'all know I don't wear makeup on a daily basis, but when I do decide to put on makeup, these are definitely going to be the ones that I would definitely recommend the most, especially for my oily skin. And it's definitely something that will be perfect for summertime because it is hot this summer. But I will make sure to leave links to all the foundations that I am going to be talking about down below, so make sure that you guys check down there. If you're interested in purchasing them, the links will be listed down there just to make it a little bit more convenient for you to find. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. If you guys have yet to subscribe to my channel, obviously make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you do click that bell so you're always notified every time I upload. And for those of you who have recently subscribed, thank you so much for doing so. I really hope that you guys have been appreciating and enjoying the content that I've been putting out recently. And yeah, if you guys have any other suggestions, definitely make sure that you leave that comment down below. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so I feel like I just rambled on, so I'm going to try very hard not to make this video super duper long. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the first two foundations that I want to mention to you guys. This is going to be pretty much light to medium coverage. These are the ones that I pretty much opt for the most, simply because, like I mentioned, I don't really like a full face of makeup. I don't like to feel like I have on a lot of makeup, and these are definitely perfect for that. So the two that I have here that I'm going to mention, the first one is the Urban Decay One and Done Hybrid Complexion Perfector. So it's kind of like, in my opinion, these are kind of like BB or CC creams. And then this one is the NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint. So these are the two that I have here. I will make sure to leave something on the screen so you guys know the pricing and pretty much the claims for both of these. But these are definitely perfect if you're someone that doesn't really like a full face of makeup, but you do want something that's going to be kind of like smooth out your skin and just cover some of your imperfections and also give you coverage for SPF. These both have SPF in them and they're amazing. These are obviously both, I was gonna say name brand. These are both high-end foundations, BB creams, whatever you want to call them. If you're someone that doesn't really like very heavy makeup, these two are definitely perfect because, like I said, it helps to cover your imperfections. It doesn't feel heavy on the face. It definitely gives you the protection against the sun because they both have SPF in them. And I feel like it's just light and beautiful coverage, and it just makes your face and your skin look more even. So these are definitely two that I would recommend 100%. For this one, this is the one that I had for a very long time, and what I love about this one specifically is the fact that it works well with so many other foundations, and it helps to neutralize a lot of my other foundations. So if I have a foundation that has a red or orange undertone and I want to kind of neutralize it, this is the one that I opt for to kind of like mix with the foundations. And this also helps for some reason to kind of control my oils even more, and it helps for my makeup to last a lot longer. So I've had this for a long time. I haven't had to repurchase it because that's the main way that I use it, to pretty much neutralize a lot of my other foundations. And then also when I use it like all over my face just to kind of like even out my skin tone, a little bit of this goes a long way. So it's a pretty, it's not a thick consistency. It's not like really thick, so it doesn't feel heavy or cakey on the skin, but it's thick enough to where one pump will cover your whole face, especially if you're not someone that likes a full face of makeup. So this definitely has been one of my loves for a very long time. And then one of the recent products that I purchased was this. I don't remember exactly how long it's been since I've had this, but I know that a lot of people were saying that it's full coverage. What I can say is that it's a little bit more, it's more coverage than this, and it is buildable coverage, but to me I feel like it's still very lightweight, so it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It still kind of like smooths out the skin. It covers some of your imperfections, but it's not like a full coverage foundation in my opinion. I know some people were saying that it is full coverage, but I think that when you apply this and then you apply a full coverage you know, powder, then obviously you're getting more coverage, so it may seem like it's full coverage. But in my opinion, if you wear this pretty much alone and you just pretty much like set your face with like a translucent powder or something like that, then you can still kind of see your imperfections peek through, but it still smooths out the skin, so it makes your skin look more like uniform, if that makes sense. So I absolutely do love this as well. I have medium dark 1. I think the shade after this would probably be a little bit better, because I like my foundations to be maybe a little, I would rather it be darker and then I lighten it up with concealer than for it to be lighter, because then you just look ashy. So I feel like I want to try the shade after this just to see what the difference is, but I definitely still have been loving this nonetheless. So this is very lightweight, very you know, easy and compact, so you can even travel with these as well. And like I said, it does have SPF, so it does protect your skin against the sun as well. So these two are definitely going to be my top 2 recommendations for those of you who like to wear makeup but don't like to feel like you have a lot of makeup on your face. So these are definitely the recommendations that I have. And then the next 2 foundations that I want to mention, which are very similar in finish, like I said, I wouldn't say that they're dupes because they're a little bit different, but I feel like I like them for pretty much the same reasons. This one is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation, which is my favorite drugstore foundation. And this one is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Longwear Foundation, Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. So these two foundations are very similar in my opinion. I feel like I like them both for the same reasons. They are both buildable coverages, like I said. They're both reasonable in cost. I feel like if you're building your makeup collection, obviously there's always going to be low end or high end. But I feel like as long as you find something that works for your skin and it makes you look the way that you want, I feel like it's worth it. I mean, some of it is a little bit ridiculous. So I will say that there are some makeup products out there that are a little bit ridiculous in price. If you're not someone that wears makeup like that, some of it is just like outrageous. But I feel like these two are still very reasonable priced items, especially for the amount of products that you get in both of them, as well as the lasting power. So I do definitely like both of these for very similar reasons. I love the coverage on these. They are buildable, but they don't feel heavy at all on the skin. It barely feels like you have on any makeup when you put on these foundations. And I love the fact that they're kind of like your skin but better. So it does a great job at hiding your imperfections without making you look like you have a mask on, if that makes sense. So these are absolutely beautiful. Both of these companies have more shade ranges than others, so I really do enjoy it for that as well, because it just makes it more versatile and it makes it more accessible to a lot of different people with different skin tones. So I really am happy about that. And they do also have a matte finish, but it's not like a dry matte finish. I feel like it's very comfortable on the skin and it just makes your skin look very kind of like youthful and your skin but better, like I mentioned. So I absolutely love these two as well. I can't really say enough about these. These are probably going to be what I would recommend. Even if you're someone that don't like to wear a lot of makeup, these don't feel like you have on makeup. I promise you, every time I wear these foundations, I forget that I have on makeup. So a lot of times at nighttime, I can kind of like go to sleep and not, I don't know, I feel like when I pass by the mirror, and I see myself, I see me. I don't see like I have a full face of makeup on. This looks very natural, very beautiful. It's just like flawless. I absolutely love both these foundations. So if you don't have either one of these, I would definitely recommend one or the other. Obviously this is drugstore, this is high end, but they're both very reasonable priced. So I absolutely love both of these. And then the last two that I want to mention to you guys are going to be the full coverage foundations. And these are the two that I have to mention. So this one is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. And this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. So these two are very similar. They're both full coverage. They both have kind of like an orange type of undertone. Obviously this is drugstore, this is high-end. I just wanted to give you like two variations, so whether you want to do drugstore or high-end, you'll pretty much get the same finish with both of these. They're both super duper matte, like matte foundation. So they're very full coverage and they're also matte. So if you have oily skin and if you do have a lot of imperfections that you want to cover up, these are the two that I would definitely recommend. I typically opt for these if I have to wear my makeup, like if I want my makeup to last for a long period of time, if I'm going out, if I'm going somewhere where it's like I know that it's going to be hot and I need my, you know, oils to be kind of like put into place or put in check. So these are the ones that I would opt for. But the only thing about these is that if you do have texture, I don't think that these are the best to opt for. And the reason I say that is because they're so matte that it makes your texture look more noticeable. So if you have imperfections and you want something that's full coverage, these are awesome for that. But if you have imperfections and just like a lot of texture on your skin, these can pretty much kind of like make them more obvious. So that's the only thing that I would say about these, but these are awesome. Of course, if you like that full coverage look all the time, these are definitely two recommendations, two products that you should definitely have in your makeup collection. This one is obviously drugstore, so it's more affordable. It's the only thing about the L'Oreal Paris is the fact that they don't have as many shade ranges. I think they have maybe like, I want to say maybe like 10 to 12 shades or something like that, but this one has a lot more shades, so this is more accessible to a lot of different skin tones and skin types. So I absolutely love both of these, but I just wanted to give you guys two options that you can choose from if you are someone that loves full coverage foundations and you're looking for, you know, something that would pretty much help to cover your imperfections and help your makeup to last a little bit longer. And these are definitely perfect foundations for the summertime, 100%, because they are really, really matte, especially if you have oily skin like I do. So those are all the foundations that I wanted to mention to you guys. You guys have probably heard about these foundations a million times before, and you probably have these in your collection already. If you have yet to really like try and play with them and try to test them out, I definitely would recommend that you do, because I think that these are all amazing finds. Obviously some of them are drugstore, some of them are high-end, but the drugstores are just as good as the ones that are high-end. So I don't think that it necessarily need to buy the high-end products because they pretty much give you the same finish. The only difference is just like some of them have more shade ranges than others. So these are definitely the ones that I opt for most of the time if I do decide to wear foundation. So I would recommend them 100%. Like I mentioned, I will make sure to leave links to all these foundations down below. So in case you guys are interested in purchasing them, it'll make it a lot easier for you to get to the actual product itself. But again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also make sure that you leave your comments down below letting me know which foundation is your favorite. So thank you again. Be safe, stay blessed, and remember to always treat yourself. Peace out.